What if I told you that one of the most exclusive restaurants on Star of the Seas costs around $200, is almost impossible to book, and after spending an entire evening here, I'm not sure we'd do it again. Today we're taking you inside Royal Caribbean's Lincoln Park Supper Club. We'll show you every course, every cocktail, talk about the service, the atmosphere, and at the end, I'll tell you whether this experience is actually worth the money, or if your cruise dollars are better spent somewhere else. Let's head inside. One thing to know before you even board the ship: reservations for Lincoln Park Supper Club disappear incredibly fast. In many cases, they're booked months before sailing, and once they're gone, it's rare that more become available. Now, don't completely lose hope. While we were on board, a waiter actually approached us on the final day asking if we'd like to dine here on the evening because of a cancellation. So if you miss out before your cruise, it never hurts once you board to ask. You might get lucky. Another thing to know is the dress code. This is one of the most formal restaurants on board. Gentlemen are expected to wear a suit jacket, and don't worry if you don't have one. They'll provide one for you. It's really nice to see Royal Caribbean leaning into the upscale supper club atmosphere. We arrived just before our reservation time, waiting with everyone else outside the entrance. When the doors opened, the staff came outside, personally greeted everybody by name. That immediately set the tone. Made us feel like tonight was going to be something really special. We were escorted to our table, and our waiter immediately filled our glasses with Moet, handed us the menus, and welcomed us to the evening. One thing you'll quickly notice, the menu is divided into 3 acts, almost like a Broadway performance. If there is something on the menu you don't want, they'll happily substitute it out with another option. We decided to experience the menu as it was designed. Before the first course arrived, they brought out what they call their deep dish style pizza bread. Honestly, this ended up being one of the best things we ate all night. Seriously, don't skip the bread. And here's another nice bonus. That glass of Moet, it isn't just your welcome drink. They keep refilling it throughout the evening, in addition to every cocktail pairing that comes out with each course. Let's just say you won't leave there thirsty. Every appetizer is paired with its own handcrafted cocktail. It's a really unique concept and definitely adds another layer to the experience. Our first dish was the campeche, with cucumber, soy, and goat cheese. Overall, a solid dish. Nothing completely wowed us here, but definitely was enjoyable. This was paired with the Hyde Park Martini. Next up, the beetroot with corn, sour cream, and balsamic. Now here's the funny part. I do not like beets, but somehow, this ended up being one of my favorite dishes of the evening. Everything was perfectly balanced. The sweetness, the acidity, the textures, it just worked. This was paired with the Botanist X-Layer, another excellent cocktail. Between courses, the live jazz band played throughout the evening, and honestly, this might have been our biggest highlight of the entire experience. The singer was fantastic, the musicians were exceptional. For a while, you completely forget you're sitting at a table in the middle of the ocean. It generally feels like you stepped into a high-end Chicago jazz club. Royal Caribbean absolutely nailed the atmosphere here. Next up was the steak tartare with capers, egg, and caviar. Creative presentation, very flavorful, another enjoyable course. They paired this with the Lincoln Park Old Fashioned. The final appetizer was the crab ravioli with champagne beurre blanc. Unfortunately, this one didn't really stand out. Nothing was wrong with it, it was just basic compared to everything else that came before it. This course came with the Lakeshore Fizz. As the evening went on, we started noticing something. The service felt incredibly scripted. Every plate delivered exactly at the same time. Everything looked perfectly choreographed. But here's what was missing. No one ever asked, how's your food? No one ever checked whether we enjoyed a course. No one even asked if we'd like something different if we didn't enjoy what we were eating. It almost felt like the goal was simply to execute the schedule rather than create a memorable dining experience. And for the restaurant at this price point, that stood out.
For your listening pleasure, please put your hands together for the bee's knees of the Ivories. Internationally renowned pianist, Andrew Carnegie Hall.
By now, let's just say we enjoyed more than a few refills on the way. Combined with all the cocktail pairings, we were feeling pretty good. Now for the entrees, you have a choice of 4 of them: fish, steak, lamb, cauliflower. My wife chose the lamb. Now this came out a little bit more on the rare side, which normally we're more medium rare when it comes to lamb. Overall, it was an okay dish. Felt the seasoning lacked a little bit. Was it the best lamb we ever had? No. Was it the worst lamb we ever had? No. It was decent. Now here's what I came for. I came for the Wagyu prime rib. This came with a fondant potato, and this was, without question, biggest disappointment of the night. When you hear the words Wagyu prime rib, you immediately expect it to be one of the greatest steaks you've ever eaten. I've become a little bit of a steak snob over the years. I love cooking steaks at home. I'm a ribeye with a beautiful crust kind of guy. And honestly, the steak I make at home is way better than this. I expected the melt in your mouth experience when it came to the Wagyu. Instead, it was just fine. I've honestly had sirloin steaks with more flavor. Ironically, the lamb was a better entree. This was paired with the Southside cocktail. Even when we were eating the entrees, the live music kept everything entertaining. If there was one thing we'd rave about after dinner, it was the atmosphere. The musicians elevated the experience from beginning to end. For dessert, you have a choice between the famous 1893 Palmer House brownie or the grasshopper pie. Now, full disclosure, by this point, several hours of champagne, multiple cocktail pairings, let's just say our ability to professionally critique dessert had completely disappeared. We were basically eating like it was 2 o'clock in the morning after Taco Bell. They looked fantastic, but we just can't honestly tell you how they tasted. Those desserts were paired with the Gold Coast and the classic brandy Alexander. To end the evening, they brought out one final surprise dessert: a smoking chocolate piano filled with small chocolate bites. Presentation-wise, this was really cool. A fun ending to the meal. So, was Lincoln Park Supper Club worth $200 per person? For us, no. Now, before everybody jumps into the comments, let me explain. Going in, we honestly didn't expect the food to be life-changing. We figured there'd be a few standout dishes. Instead, the appetizers, even the pizza bread, ended up being the stars of the evening. The drinks, they were good. Nothing I would order again. But let's just say we probably consumed an entire day worth of the deluxe drink package in a few hours. But the biggest disappointment wasn't actually the food. It was the service. Outside of greeting us by name, the service never felt personal. It never felt connected. Nobody asked how our meal was. Nobody really checked in too much. Nobody tried to make the evening feel extra special, especially at this price point. It simply felt like everyone was following a script, and that's a problem at this place. We've sailed nearly 50 cruises across 7 different cruise lines. One thing we've learned, great dining just isn't about great food. It's about the people serving it. A perfect example of this: Celebrity Cruises. They have a restaurant called Eden, which is on their Edge class ships. We ate there first on Celebrity Apex, and it was honestly one of the worst specialty dining experiences we've had. We'd say we never would go back. A few years later, we ended up going on Celebrity Beyond. Ended up going back to Eden. Same menu, same restaurant, completely different experience. It became one of the best meals we've ever had at sea. Why? Not because of the food, but because of the service. Our wait staff explained each course, checked on us constantly, made recommendations, talked to us, created a connection. At one point, our waiter even rotated one of the plates so it was perfectly positioned in front of us before walking away. It was such a tiny detail, but those little moments that transformed dinner into an experience, that's what Lincoln Park Supper Club was missing. The atmosphere is there, the music is incredible, the drinks are decent, but the human connection never quite happened. And for dinner that's supposed to be unforgettable, that matters. Now, would we recommend you trying this at least once? If you're a foodie, enjoy crafty cocktails, and love live entertainment, absolutely. Would we spend another $200 to come back for us? No. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Everybody has their different opinions, which is great. But for us, it was a one and done. Would we try something similar on a different Icon class ship? Very possibly. Now we want to hear from you. Have you experienced a Lincoln Park Supper Club on Star of the Seas? Did you love it? Did you think it was worth the price? Or did you walk away feeling the same way we did? Leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear your experience. If you've enjoyed this honest review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and check out the rest of the Star of the Seas series, where we start off with our embarkation video all the way through all of our ports and sea days. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye.